Yeah, right, so lads, this is a continuation from last week, from Monday. So we've got part 3, part 4, and we're just on part 5 now, okay? So we'll do that one straight away, okay? So working, I think it was working 9, continue on with last week, okay? And if we read it out there, so it says here, the payment for laundry of €2,700 is for 3 weeks' wages paid to replacement fitness instructor, okay? So the fitness instructor is a wage. So that laundry includes €2,700 for 3 weeks' wages. Okay, so that figure has to come out of laundry and into wages. Provide a further 2 weeks' wages due. Okay, so this is due at the end of the year, 31st of the 12th, right? So once we've that established. So the €2,700, so the two workings I'm going to open up is going to be number 9, laundry, and working 10, wages. Why? Because included in the laundry figure, which is here, so laundry, we've got €11,600, is €2,700 for wages, okay? So if I take my wages figure, now don't forget we had a working on that already. So if I go to my receipts and payments, I get €83,000 for wages. Okay, now, if we have a look here, right, so we haven't come across it yet, so I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone in this one. Right, so 11,600 minus the 2,700 should give me a total of where is it? Put my calculator there. €8,900. Okay, so that's my laundry, lads. Again, it comes out of my payments section, so that means it has to be an expense. Okay, so income and expenditure, expense, €8,900. Okay, now wages, right now. So this figure for laundry of €2,700 represents 3 weeks, okay? Now, in that question, there's a further, where is it? There's a further 2 weeks' wages due, right? So this represents 3 weeks, okay? 3 weeks. So, 2,700 divided by 3 equals, 2,700 divided by 3 equals 900, okay? Now, 2 weeks is due, right? So what I want to find out is I want to get 2 more weeks of that, and I get 1,800, okay? So that's wages due of €1,800, all right? So what I want to do is I want to go to my wages. I want to add on the 2,700, which I've just calculated, which is the wages figure that was included in laundry. There's a further 2 weeks' wages due, plus 1,800, okay? So that's for the 3 weeks. That's for the 2 weeks. Okay, no, this wage is due at the end of the year, right? It's a current liability. We haven't paid the wages yet. We are due to pay them €1,800. Okay, now I'm going to leave my wages one open there for 2 minutes, right? So that's that working done. That's working 5 done. Now, working 6, wages and salaries. Right, €24,000. So we did this one already, right? €24,000. It was included in the profit and loss stock. Paid to the secretary who also runs the shop. It estimated that 60% of the salary was attributed to the shop, okay? So, €24,000 multiplied by 60% equals €14,400, right? That's part of the shop. So we can't be included in our wages figures because it was already included in our our shop profit and loss account. Is that okay? Right, that's why that doesn't include, that's why it's not included. So the remaining 40% is already included in the wages, all right? So what I want to do is, and we get €73,100. That's my wages figure. What's wages? It's an expense, so it goes in here as an expense, €73,100. Okay, so that's that one was already opened up, so. Okay, so that's the wages and salaries one done. Now, we also have light and heat, right? So attributed to the shop. That done already. €850 for insurance and telephone and broadband. So they're the next two. Insurance and telephone broadband, okay? So working 11 and working 12. So insurance and broadband. Broadband, telephone. So where do we get these opening figures? Standard enough, we get them from the payment section. Why? Because all these, lads, are forms of expenses. Okay, so telephone and broadband, 1,700, insurance, 7,200. Okay, 7,200, 1,700. Okay, what do I want to take away? I want to take away whichever figure was included in the shop, right? So I got 850 for insurance and 400 euros for telephone, right? 850 for insurance and 400 for telephone. Why I'm taking these away, lads, is because they're attributed to the shop. We're running a fitness business, right? So they can't be included in those figures, right? That's standard enough. Insurance figure was 6350. That's an expense, okay? Expense 6350. Exact same crack for telephone. It is a total amount of 1300, and again it's an expense. 1300. Now these figures, lads, would have all both of these and would have gone, and this figure would have all gone to the shop profit and loss. Okay, shop, which we've already calculated, which was our first working. Okay, so once we know that, that's fine. Okay, right, that's absolutely standard. Okay, next one, VII, creditors. Okay, so creditors for supplies. Right, now remember when we did this one in the club account. Okay, so working 13, creditors, bar. Right, now when we were doing the club account, it was creditors for the shop, okay, or bar creditors, okay. So this one, it's creditors for supplies, right? So we go to our payment section, we get our supplies figure here. Fitness centre, 43,200 euros. Okay, 43,200 euros. Where are I getting that? Receipts and payments. Right, again, like we were doing with when we did the bar profit and loss account in the club accounts, we go up here for creditors. That was our creditors at the start of the year. So we want to take away what was our credit figure for the start of the year, 2,000 euros. I want to add it back at what it is at the end of the year. Right, and the reason I'm doing this is because it specifically tells us my creditors for supplies here was 3,600 euros. Okay, so plus 3,600 gives me a total amount of 44,800 euros. Purchases for supplies, again, what is it? It has to be nothing but an expense. Why is it an expense? Because it is purchases. Is that okay? Right, so expense for purchases, 44,800 euros. Now this is the date is the 31st to the 12th. Where does that go? It goes as a current liability. Why? Because my creditors amount at the end of the year, 3,600 euros. Okay, so I want to flick over, so my next working is going to be 14. Okay, standard enough. Right, so if I rule this out really quickly, sorry, no, I should have done this already. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so next working, what is it? Right, have a look down here. Last one, depreciation. Okay, this is the last one that we can see, and we'll go back and calculate whatever we can't see. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so working 14. Right, we'll start with the equipment. Okay, equipment depreciation. Okay, so we're two types. We've got this here, and we're gonna have accumulated. So underline both of them. Okay, where do I get my equipment depreciation figure? Okay, so what I want to draw your attention to is this fellow up here. Okay, all fixed assets are 3 years accumulated depreciation. Right, 3 years. Right, so in this accumulated depreciation figures, I'm going to have 3 years. Right, so I go to my question here. I get my equipment that cost 80,000. Okay, so this is my accumulated. Multiplied by the rate of percent, which as far as I know is 20%. Yeah, so it tells us there, equipment 20%. Okay, multiplied by 20% equals a total of 16,000. Multiply that by 3 because there's 3 years depreciation, and that's 48,000 euros. So that's my original accumulated depreciation at the start of the year. Now I want to get this year, right? So I didn't buy or sell any equipment during the year, so there was no additional equipment. So this year's is going to be 80,000 multiplied by, guess what, 20%. And that gives us a total of 16,000 euros. So that's this year, okay? That's fine. So 16,000 euros is this year's depreciation, so it goes as an expense, okay? 16,000. So I want to add that onto my accumulated depreciation. Why? Specifically because this year's depreciation is going to increase my overall accumulated depreciation on my equipment as an asset. Okay, so my total in my accumulated depreciation is going to be 64,000 euros. You know where that goes. That goes to the balance sheet as minus fixed asset. Okay, 64,000 euros sorted. Now, there was I normally I'd have a cost, okay? But guess what? At the start of the year was 80,000. I didn't buy anything, I didn't sell anything, so my end of year figure is still 80,000 euros. Okay, and that goes as a fixed asset in the balance sheet. 80,000 euros. Okay, so yeah, there shouldn't be any problem with that. So my fixed asset in the balance sheet is 80,000 euros. Working 15 is going to be furniture. And we have got 3 workings on this, okay? So this year, accumulated. So we'll just do that first, okay? So again, 3 years accumulated depreciation as shown here, okay? 3 years, right? So we go to the opening balance furniture, 40,000 euros. Okay, so 40,000 multiplied by the rate of percent, which again is 20%, equals 8,000 euros. Okay, I want to multiply that by 3 for 3 years. That gives me 24,000 euros. Is that okay? Now I want to find this year's depreciation. Now, here, I sold an asset of 20,000 during the year. Okay, so this year I only have 20,000 euros because it was 40, okay? At the start of the year, I sold 20,000 euros worth of furniture. Okay, so which means I only have 20,000 euros worth of furniture. Now, that's what I sold. Okay, now did I buy anything during the year? Did I? Oh by God, I did. Here we go, 12,000 euros. Right, so sold, bought 12,000. That's 120, sorry, 12. So 32,000 euros is my accumulated depreciation, is my depreciation charge that I'm going to multiply it by. Okay, 20%. Equals, I think it's 6,400 euros. It is, yeah, 6,400 euros, okay? Now I want to add that to my accumulated, right? Accumulated plus 6,400, which is this year. Now, did I sell an asset during the year? I did, okay? So I sold this furniture of 20,000 euros. And if you want to flick back there to working number 4, I think it was 4 or 5, I want to take away the accumulated depreciation on that asset. So included in this 24,000 euros is 12,000 euros for the accumulated depreciation on the 20,000 euros asset that I sold. Okay, old furniture. Okay, throw all that into the calculator, we should get 18,400 euros. That's my accumulated depreciation figure. That goes minus from fixed assets, 18,400 euros. My depreciation charge for this year is 6,400 euros. That's an expense, 6,400 euros. Okay, so there shouldn't be any problem with that either. Yeah, and then the last part there is going to be the so the cost, okay? So it was 40,000 minus 20,000 because that's what I sold, plus 12,000, that's what I bought, is 32,000. That's my fixed asset figure over here. Okay, 32,000 euros in the balance sheet. Is that okay? Right? Now, only other thing that I want to say is, don't forget when we're doing our accumulated depreciation, right? This 24,000 euros here, right? Okay, that was at the start of the year, okay? So this is going to be in my statement of accumulated fund as well at the start of the year, or company's reserves, okay? So minus from fixed asset, 24,000 euros. And the same goes with the equipment that was up here. Okay, so the following previous 2 years is 48,000 euros. So that comes off here as well, minus fixed asset. Why? Because it was the depreciation at the start of the year. It carried over. Okay, so I want to take that away in my accumulated fund. And then the last one that we do then is just the buildings. Right, so buildings. This is probably the longest one. All right. So here we've got, so we're going to have this year, and we're going to have accumulated. So I always do my accumulated first. So if I get 600,000 euros, which is the cost at the start of the year, multiply that by the rate of percent, which is 2%, gives me a total of 12,000 euros. Okay, 12,000 euros. Multiply that by 3. Why? Because 3 years previous accumulated depreciation gives me 36,000 euros. So that's at the start of the year for this year. So we're doing the account for 2016. So at the start of 2016, I had 3 years previous accumulated depreciation, and I minus that for my fixed asset as well. Okay, so 36,000 euros. Now I want to find this year's accumulated depreciation. So very similar to the furniture. I want to see, did we sell any, which we didn't, but we did, we purchased one, okay? So this year, so I get my original cost, which is 600,000, multiply by 2% equals 12,000 euros. Is that okay? So draw a big line there, so 12,000. Now, did I purchase another vehicle during the year? I did, okay? Purchase of adjacent building, okay? 150,000. So, now, the reason I'm doing this separately is because I bought on a specific date, so I have to get the relevant information from that date. Okay, so 150,000, multiply by 2%, gives me 3,000. Divided by 12, multiplied by 9, because I bought on the 1st to the 4th, gives me 2250. Add that on to the figure above it, and I get 14,250. That's my equipment, that's my buildings charge for this year, the depreciation charge for this year. That's my expense, 14,250. Right, now I want to add this figure onto my accumulated depreciation. Why? Because it's my total accumulated depreciation, so I get 50,250. That goes minus fixed asset in the balance sheet. Oh, what am I doing there? Sorry, 50,250. Last part is then going to be the cost. Okay, so I'm going to do this over here now. I know I'm running out of space. Sorry. So it was 600. Did I buy any more during the year? I did. 150. What's my total amount? 750. Where does that go? That's my value at the end of the year. It goes to the fixed asset section here. 750. Super stuff. And then the last part that we have to do there, I draw it out really quickly because I'm shoving on for time. Alright, so it's going to be, if I have a look down here. Right, so we've all the workings done in this part. All of them done here, okay, excellent. Everything done here, right, it's fine. Here, wages and salaries, tick. Telephone, broadband, tick. Insurance, tick. Purchases, shop, we did that in the shop trading account. Purchase supplies, done. Contract cleaning, had a working on it. Light and heat, done. Building, done. Furniture, laundry, done. Bank balance, even with that done. Last thing we have to do here is the bank loan, right? Can I draw your attention here as well? There was an error in the paper. It should have been 5%, not 4%. So the first thing you have to do is change that. Okay, so working 16, I think it is. Is it working 16 or working? Tell you now, sorry. So it's working, yeah, so buildings is working 16, so this is working 17 bank loans. Alright, so bank interest, oh sorry, what am I doing? Loan interest. Alright, loan interest is this one. So we go to the, and we get our figure. So 63,000 euros is the loan plus the interest, okay? So 63,000 is the loan plus the interest. So I want to divide that by, so this figure equals 105%, okay? So 63,000 euros, because it's the loan, which is, I'm assuming, going to be 60,000 plus 5%, so it represents 105%. So 63,000 divided by 105 multiplied by 100 gives me the value of the loan. Okay, so the loan in this case is 60,000 euros. Where does that go? It goes as a liability in my reserves. Okay, 60,000 euros. So that means the loan interest must be 63,000 divided by 105 multiplied by 5, which in this case is 3,000 euros. Okay, so this figure, which is 3,000 euros, represents the total loan interest. Now in this instance, it's for 15 months. Okay, so it represents it for 15 months. Now we've got here 1st of the 4th, 2016. Okay, so we will be finished paying the loan by the 1st of the 4th, 2016. So that means we only have 3 months for this year of loan interest. January, February, March, okay? This €3,000 is going to be split between 12 months, which was due at the start, okay? Due at the 1st of the 1st, and 3 months for this year, okay? So the 12 and 3 is your 15 months. Is that okay? Right, so 3,000 divided by 15 multiplied by 3. 3,000 divided by 15 multiplied by 3 equals €600. That's my expense for this year. Okay, so the remaining €2,400 is my loan interest due at the start of the year. Okay, so due at the start of the year, €2,400, and my loan expense for this year is €600. Okay, now the reason for that is because it tells us that I won't have a loan at the end of the year. So I'll have my total loan paid off by the end of this year, by the 1st of the 4th. Okay, sorry, 1st of the 4th, yeah. Okay, so I won't have any loan. So I don't have any loan on my balance sheet. Why? Because it's no longer there, and it's going to be completely paid off this year, right? And that's my expense for this year. And my loan interest, which is the remaining 12 months, I haven't paid, and it was due at the start of the year. Okay, that's it. Thank you.